We're back.
Alright, welcome back everyone. We are going to be running you through how we went about the second half of our pre-launch campaign for TinyDoor. So far, we've supported the sort of inception of their online presence, and this is, before they've got a tiny kitchen, this is before they've even opened, before anyone knows what they're going to be serving or who's going to be behind the tiny door, or even, what's behind the tiny door.
Basically, at this point, we've gotten over that hump of trying to entice people into following us, and now we're like, we've got them, we're keeping them there, but we're still a few weeks out from launch. So this is what we did to keep people interested and engaged.
Alright, so now that we're about 4 weeks out to the TinyDoor launch day, Sis, how are we going to, what's coming up for TinyDoor?
Cool. So, first of all, the most important thing in the TinyDoor process is their food partners. So it was really exciting. We got to meet all of the partners, and we got to introduce to the followers who they were as well. So with that, it means that we started to release their menu items, which is really exciting. There are some menu items and some partners that heaps of people will recognize, but there are also some new names, some new faces, some new menu items that people would never have seen before, and also we were documenting the final stages of the tiny kitchen getting set up, so that was really cool.
Awesome. So Sis, in the strategy, how do we go about actually getting people excited to try food that they've never tried before? Because I know I'm a fussy eater, so how can you get people interested in something that they've never heard of, never tried? How did you do it?
Well, to start off with, we knew that video, again, is going to be super, super important. So first of all, we thought it was going to be really important to have a relationship with the food partners as well. So we went in, we met them, we kind of learned a little bit more about them. So when we're creating the videos, creating the content, writing the copy, we had a good feeling for what they were going to be doing. So we'd go in, we'd get some awesome behind the scenes footage of the food. We were very lucky. We have had some full bellies recently, but I think that's all part of the experience, which is really cool. Then we thought it would be really cool to do just some basic little competitions. Again, this is all organic, so it's not some like big show that we're trying to put on, but so we did a really cool one with Ando's, which might be better known as Smoky Teas. Ando's is brand new and exclusive to TinyDoor, so we were doing a bit of work with them. But basically, Smoky Teas is such a well-known Christchurch attraction, so we thought we'd play on that a little bit. One of the competitions we did with them was we're like, guess this iconic Christchurch restaurant, and we had like little flashes of their restaurant, and we got people to comment who they thought it was, which meant that they were tagging Smoky Teas, which was really cool. That got a really great engagement. And that was just for a $50 voucher, which I guess in the scheme of things doesn't seem like a big amount to be winning, but it really did get people engaged, which was really cool to see.
Yeah, and that was across both TikTok and Instagram. Yeah. So from that, we generated a whole lot of engagement through people actually commenting on the posts themselves, and also tagging Smoky Teas, which was really cool. And also from Smoky Teas sharing it too. So that's from getting out there and getting, on site with the food vendors, which is always really awesome.
And on that note, actually another thing is that we've really ramped up our TikTok presence around this time, just because we wanted to, capitalize on that younger demographic who are going to be coming to TinyDoor. So we were like, right, let's hammer home with them now.
Yeah, and because TikTok is all about the frequency.
Yeah. So,
having a really big catalogue, which is also why it was so awesome to be able to go and see everyone, so that we had so much content to be getting out, because people just love to consume. Really organic, raw, taste tests of what's going on behind the scenes, process, all of those things. So
yeah, and a couple of things with the videos as well is I feel like a lot of the time the actual food vendors themselves, they'll be putting out footage of their food, but you don't often get to see the face but in the kitchen. So that was really cool, not only showcasing the food but a bit of their personality as well. If you go through some of the reels that we've put out, you can definitely see there's a few personalities behind that tiny door, so that was really cool to capture as well.
In terms of getting more eyes on our content, because like you've said, this is all going organic. So if, running an organic strategy, how can we actually get more eyes on our content? What sort of things for TinyDoor have we done around this?
So one thing that we really made sure was we want to treasure these partners at Tiny Door. That is basically what makes Tiny Door Tiny Door, is having these really strong relationships with their partners. So we made sure when we were producing content that we were not only sharing them on the Tiny Door pages, but we were making it super easy for the food vendors to share on theirs. This was again as well to leverage some of their audience as well. Some of them have some really big followings around Christchurch and are really well known. So we wanted to make sure we were jumping on that bandwagon. But also for some of the little guys, the guys that like didn't even have an Instagram before coming to Tiny Door, they were brand new brand. So creating content that they can share as well, and getting them kickstarted, which is really cool. I think that's what makes the Tiny Door community really cool, is that we're all supporting them with the content that we're creating.
So for Tiny Door so far, we've successfully, teased the location, teased the concept, and now we've revealed the food partners and who's going to be there. So next up is actually our launch day strategy. So that is so exciting because it feels like all of this work is now coming to a head, and we can't wait to explain the process of how we went about this launch day campaign with you in the next video.